Hello and welcome to the University of Michigan men's basketball season opener here at the always lovely Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Tonight the Wolverines take on the Northern Michigan Wildcats. And before we get too far into the game, all of us at WCBN would like to extend our thoughts and prayers with all those affected in the tragedies that happened today in France and are still continuing. May we wish nothing but the best. Along with me, Mr. Adam Brodnack and Cody McKay. Cody will be with us in the second half. Adam, what are some keys to this game?
Keys for this game, going off at first, we're going to be looking at the Michigan Wolverines, see if they can improve on their poor three-point shooting night they had at the exhibition against Lemoyne with Patrick Beeline, I would say, at the helm of there. And definitely seeing if we can see DJ Wilson emerge. This might be his last chance to really insert himself into the rotation here, as he really doesn't fit in this traditional Beeline offense here. And then finally, I want to look for the Northern Michigan Wildcats here, see if they can come out shooting and perform they want to win. They need to perform an NGIT-like performance from three-point. Maybe we'll see them shooting a ridiculous amount of threes, making all of them at a super hot rate. So that's what I'm looking for tonight, Dalton.
And that's Adam's keys to the games. And we'll be bringing you those every time. And for starting lineups for University of Michigan, same as the exhibition against Lemoyne, you have Derek Walton Jr., Cam Chapman, Karis LeVert, Mark Donnell, and who do you got for that final starter, Adam?
Looks to be not sure. They haven't announced it yet, but I would assume that it followed last games, and I believe that was, I'm not exactly sure who's starting, but you're on the call there.
Yeah, there was Cam Chapman, Derek Walton Jr., Karis LeVert, Ricky Doyle, and Aubrey Dawkins was last week. So we're assuming it's the same. University of Michigan Wolverines coached by John Beeline. The Wildcats of Northern Michigan coached by Bill Sal. And the presumed starters for the Wildcats, looks like out there we have number 5, Jordan Perez, number 3, Terry Nash, no relation to Steve, number 2, Alex Mustard, and a few more Wildcats hiding in the pack, number 24, Marcus Hall, and number 1, Naba Eccles. What can you tell us about Jordan Perez?
Jordan Perez, definitely the number one option here on this Northern Michigan squad. He takes a lot of shots. Going back to the MSU recap there at the exhibition opener, he shot 18 shots but only made 6. So poor field goal efficiency there, but he seems to be the number one option. The offense runs through him, and with Naba Eccles at the point there, really distributing. He had a great night coming out. 9 assists and 11 points there. Poor field goal percentage as well. It just seems that, going back to that recap, I guess, if I can elaborate more on it, Northern Michigan came out very strong. They stayed with Tom Izzo's squad there, 31-38 at the half, but then just got blown out here and lost the game ultimately 94-53 against them. So we'll see if they can bounce back from a devastating loss there to the Michigan Wolverines.
And the Donnell wins the tip straight back to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. bringing up along the right side. Over to Cam Chapman on the right wing. Chapman dribbling up top over to the left wing, Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert gets a screen from Donnell, goes opposite way, nothing. Feeds to Donnell, high wing, three-point line. Back over to Dawkins. Pump fake by LeVert. LeVert dribbles in, dishes to Donnell. Donnell gets a soft roll off the rim, and Michigan scores the first basket of this one. Mark at 19:34 to play in the half.
Yeah, great pump fake there by Karis LeVert to get the man off his feet, drove right under him, dished it to Donnell. Great feed, and he finished right there in the glass.
Nichols over to Marcus Hall. Hall over to Perez. Perez feeds it down into Mustard. Mustard working Donnell. Spin move. Lefty layup, no. Rebound Donnell as he fights for it. Pass up to Karis. Karis dribbling up. Gets a screen from Donnell. Nothing happening. Over into the corner to Dawkins. Dawkins up top to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. feeds to Donnell at the elbow. Now spinning, looking. Nothing, takes one dribble. Tries to hand it off to Walton. Tip, but Walton gets it back. 8 on the shot clock. Screen from Donnell. Walton doesn't use it. Gets another one, uses it. Walton passes to Levert. Levert, man in his face, three-pointer, no, front iron. Can't get it. Rebound, Perez. Perez brings up the right side, pushes it forward to Hall. Hall back to Nichols. Hall, or excuse me, that's Nash. Nash to Eccles. Eccles in the corner, gets a screen from Mustard. Kicks out to the big man for three. Pumps, show and go, move, no. Tries to go into the middle of the lane. Good D by Donnell, forces a missed left-hand layup. And Chapman tries to take it on a feed from Walton, misses the reverse layup. Nothing. Rebound, Northern Michigan. Northern Michigan three-pointer from Perez, but it looks like there was a foul before. We're going to see who this goes on.
Yeah, going back to that previous fast break there by the Michigan Wolverines, Derek Walton, great penetration there, getting on, run to the side, dished it off to Cam Chapman, and Cam Chapman took a tough layup there rather than laying it off to an open Karis Levert to the left of him. So needs to look to pass that next time.
Foul was on Levert. And on the inbound, it looks like we have a Northern Michigan illegal screen. So that'll turn the ball over to University of Michigan. 17:55 to play here in the first half. Michigan leads 2-0. Walton dribbling it up. No pressure from Eccles. Over to Chapman, back to Walton. Walton over to Levert. Levert, screen from Donnell. Penetrating, crossover, pump fake, no. In the middle of the lane. Tries to fit it into Donnell, but they were on the wrong page. That'll go out of bounds. That's a Michigan turnover.
Yeah, expect them to work out the kinks here. This is the season opener. Hopefully they get that out of the way before they get into Big Ten conference schedule.
Eccles brings it up over to Perez on the left wing. Perez squaring up. The long arms of Levert guarding him. Trying to get around, can't do anything. Donnell with a high hedge. Tip ball. Levert, fast break, lay-in, yes.
It gets it over the Wildcat defender and finishes through a tough layup right there.
And with that basket, Michigan doubles their lead, 4-0. Now Eccles up top, gets a screen from Mustard. Illegal screen from Mustard. That's another turnover on another illegal screen. Michigan ball. We got ourselves our first substitution of the game. In the game for Mustard comes last week's starter, Kenny Williams.
Tallest player on the field or on the court tonight, 6'5", Kenny Williams. Big, strong physical presence down there, but just doesn't have the height there.
Levert passes over to Donnell at the wing. Gives it back to Levert. Levert dribbling in the corner. Playing some solo ball. Tries to screen, nothing. Uh-oh, chaos. As they're passing around, Walton Jr. eventually pulls up for three. No, back iron. Rebound originally corralled by Northern Michigan, went out of bounds, and it'll be ruled off of the green and yellow Wildcats. Michigan will get the ball underneath their own basket with a fresh shot clock. 16:38 to go in the first half. Chapman inbounding. Oh, quick underneath to Levert. Levert bobbles it. Can't get the hook shot to fall. But Chapman there on the rebound, misses the first putback, gets the second one to go, 6-0 Michigan.
Yeah, great positioning there by Cam Chapman to get under the glass and get that board off the miss from Levert.
Eccles working around over to Jordan Perez. Jordan Perez, three. No, back iron. Tipped out by, it looks like Dawkins to Walton. Walton pushing it up. Chapman to the corner. Nice feed inside to Donnell. And Donnell was fouled on his way up by Kenny Williams. We're going to get our first free throws of the game for either team from Mark Donnell.
Yeah, great feed there by Cam Chapman. Be aware that Mark Donnell was running to the glass right there. Great looks. Unfortunately, didn't finish there, but Cam Chapman, going back to the Lemoyne game, had a great distribution game there. Yeah, he took him a while to get on the board, but he distributed well. I believe he had 4 or 5 assists throughout the game, and a great showing in the minutes that was given to him.
Knocks down the first one, 7-0 Michigan. Second to come. Soft front iron roll. And it looks like Donnell's going to get a blow as Ricky Doyle comes on for him.
Yeah, Ricky Doyle, great presence last year. Really, came in as a freshman and established his presence in the starting lineup.
Jordan Perez over top, weaving to Nash. Nash weaves it back to Eccles. Eccles brings it around top. And we have another illegal screen on a Northern Michigan big man. This time, Kenny Williams picks up a foul. That'll be his second foul. Mustard has 2 also. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Sal does here.
Yeah, it looks like he's bringing in Vejas Grzoulis, 6'10 center. He's freshman out of Marquette, Michigan. Looks like he'll see his first action tonight.
Something to keep an eye on as the game progresses. Walton dribbling it up. Rub screen from Levert over to Dawkins in the corner. Doyle up top, over to the right side for Chapman. Chapman over to Karras. Karras dribbling, penetrating. Tries to kick out, turns it over. Good heads-up play by Eccles, who then launches a full-court pass down to Perez, who will get them on the board. 8-2 now is the score. 15:30 to go in the first half. Chapman on the right wing. Dribbling up top, over to Dawkins. Dawkins over to Levert. Levert dribbling. Has the much smaller Eccles on him. Let's see if he can get inside here. Nice crossover move, penetrating. Ball knocked out to Levert again, and he tries to take it in, and there'll be a blocking foul called on Terry Nash. That'll bring us to our first media timeout.
Yeah, Terry Nash tried to beat him to the spot right there and just didn't get in there in time. Karras Levert ran him right over.
Adam, what do you see early on out of the Michigan Wolverines?
I see they're not getting the offense going. It's not flowing enough for them to be getting these easy points. Right now, I'd expect them to be way up, even double their score right now. It's 16 points. They're only at 8 points right now with 15-11 left under the first media timeout, but they just haven't looked gelled. Karras Levert had that errant pass turnover there when he tried kicking it out, and hopefully Coach Beeline can make some adjustments here and get this team flowing, this high-pick offense here.
And scoring pretty evenly distributed thus far for the Wolverines. Donnell with 2. I know Levert has 2.
Yeah, let's see if Coach Beeline comes out and brings Duncan Robinson in. I mean, they're 0 for 2 so far on 3-point field goals. They haven't put one in the net yet.
Duncan Robinson looked very good in that Lemoyne game, showing his range that he has. And if he gets going, he could be a real asset to this Michigan team. Jay Billis even commented on him. He says, watch out for Michigan and the sharp shooting of Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, Duncan Robinson was great against Lemoyne. Came out 3 of 6 from 3-point field goal percentage, and he had a very good showing, very good play right there. I wonder if he sees more playing time tonight and really gets a good feel of this John Beeline system, because shooting is definitely something that this Beeline system needs to really thrive in this Big Ten conference.
And we were talking about it earlier before the game. And this Michigan team, even last year, they just couldn't seem to get all on the same shooting page. If one man was having a hot night, 3 men would be ice cold. And that's really something Michigan has to do. Obviously you can't actively work on that in game, but Michigan just has to find a way to get into a team rhythm if they want to make any type of noise in the Big Ten Conference and in the NCAA tournament.
You're right, and I think that starts with Karras Levert and Derek Walton on the court as the leaders of this team, as well as Spike Albright coming off the bench. They need to set the standard. They need to start getting hot so they can give other players the opportunity to get hot through their distribution.
And it looks like we have the same lineup for both teams out there. Chapman will be inbounding the ball underneath Michigan's hoop. He throws an easy outlet pass to Levert, and Levert takes it in. Hand check foul on Nash. That'll be his second, and foul trouble piling up early for these Northern Michigan Wildcats. And we got substitution for Nash.
Looks to be number 13, Isaiah Johnson.
Isaiah Johnson checks in for the first time. Easy inbound pass to Levert. Levert looking to expose number 5, Perez. All the way over to back to Chapman. Chapman dribbling around over to Dawkins. Dawkins in the corner to Walton. Walton working on Eccles. Walton just brings it straight back up top. 10 to go. Screen from Donnell. Strong screen. Walton all the way to the hoop. Can't finish the tough lefty lay-in. And now Eccles is pushing the pace for Northern Michigan as he pulls it out, and now they set up their offense. He's trying to work Walton. Nothing happened. Over to Perez. Perez over to Johnson. Johnson dribbling in. Over to, or excuse me, Johnson just took the shot, which rattled in and out. Now Michigan has it. It looks like Dawkins all the way to the rim. Soft lay-in. Gets a friendly bounce off the back of the iron.
Yeah, great floater right there for Aubrey Dawkins.
10-2 Michigan. Eccles now slowing it down. Handoff to Perez. Perez gets a screen, and he takes it all the way to the hoop. Throws a desperation shot. Nothing happening. And now pushing the pace. Chapman to Levert. Levert, nice reverse finish as he uses the rim to protect himself from potential blocker Isaiah Johnson. And that'll give him 2 more.
Yeah, and Coach Saul here will call a timeout. Really not stopping the fast break here that the Michigan Wolverines are putting on. They're getting down the court. Three white uniforms down, and the Wildcats are unable to stop as Karis LeVert had that pretty layup right there.
And really, this last little 2-minute spurt has been just Michigan being able to get to the rim. And when you have off-night shooting, that's what you have to do. You got to get yourself high percentage looks. Michigan's done a good job of it already.
Yeah, the ball's not looking sticky coming out of this timeout. They're moving it really well. Glad to see that.
DJ Wilson will be replacing Cam Chapman. Other than that, same lineup. Excuse me, it looks like Spike Albright checks into the game for Derek Walton. So on the floor for the Wolverines, you're going to have Albright, Wilson, LeVert, Dawkins, and Ricky Doyle. Hall now swings it over to Perez. Perez three-pointer. First one of the day goes through. 12-5. Northern Michigan is down. 5 points, though, all for Perez. Now Michigan, Doyle dribbling up top. Gives it over to LeVert. LeVert pull up 3, no. Rebound Northern Michigan and Brazulis. Eccles now bringing it up. Crossover over to Hall. Hall back to Eccles. Over to Perez. Perez now eyeing him up. Nothing. Gives it over to Johnson. Johnson dribbles back to Eccles up top. 10 on the shot clock. Northern Michigan. Gervais is going to give a screen. Double screen from Nichols for Eccles. Johnson now taking to the rim. Tough lane shot as his body was twisting. Couldn't square up. He's going to miss it. Rebound corralled in by Aubrey Dawkins. Spike Albrecht pushing the pace now. Between the legs, dribble to the left-hand side. Can't finish. Lays it up just a bit short. Eccles now will bring the ball up for Northern Michigan. Dribbling around, gives off to Perez. Perez over up top to Hall. Hall over to the right side for Johnson. Johnson skip pass to the left side to Hall. Hall back up top to Eccles. 10 seconds to play on the shot clock. Screen from the center, and it looks like Ricky Doyle is going to bail him out with a reach-in foul on Eccles.
Yeah, neither of these teams find offensive rhythm right now. Last points was by Karis LeVert at 13:52. It's been well over a minute and a half. Both defenses seem to be stepping up here.
Now into the game, the most interesting Michigan player that we already talked about, Duncan Robinson. He checks in. Eccles with a fresh 30, dribbles up, gives off to Perez. Perez screen from Brazulis. Pass tipped out by LeVert. Diving play by Perez, knocks the ball out of bounds, saving a potential Michigan slam from Karis LeVert.
Yeah, great awareness, defensive awareness right there to Karis LeVert to keep his arms out, use that length of his to tip that ball from an open Wildcat in the corner there. So good job there as he checks out, and we'll see Rockman in for the first time tonight.
Duncan Robinson inbounding. Safe inbound pass to Spike Albrecht as he dribbles it up with a fresh 30. 12 minutes to play here in the first half. Swings over to the corner for DJ Wilson. DJ Wilson back up top to Albrecht. Albrecht over to Rockman. Rockman dribbles baseline, and it looks like we got a foul on Jordan Perez. Knocked him out. Just too physical on that baseline. Michigan's going to get the ball with 13:53 to play in the first half underneath their own hoop with a fresh 30.
Yep, looks like we're going to our first media timeout here and see if either of these teams can get this offense to get the offense going. We're low score so far, only 12-5, and over nearly half of the first half's already concluded.
No, Michigan's only scored 4 points in about the last 6 minutes. Not what John Beeline wants to see. And credit Northern Michigan for making it tough, but really it's been on the Wolverines. They've missed 3 layups early on.
Yeah, and going back to these Northern Michigan Wildcats, they had a very lackluster season last year, going 9-19. They ended the season on a 5-game losing streak, losing 2 still, possibly another one tonight to extend that to 8. Their highlight game of the year came against Northwood, where they came at a Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference matchup, or showdown, as you like to say.
A
showdown. Came away with the win 88-79. But then later on in the season, back in Midland, Michigan, Northwood came back with the revenge game and won 81-66 against these Wildcats.
Now, I may be mistaken, but was that first game that Northern Michigan won, was that trading card night?
So what exactly did they get out of that night?
The fans got a nice pack of trading cards along with a Wildcat victory.
Yeah, credit to Coach Saul there. Another very good win. See if they can improve on last season. Going 9-19, not exactly tournament aspirations there.
Well, they are a D2 team, and starting out with Michigan State last week and Michigan today, that's not a great start for your season, because even though Michigan's not playing well, you can just see the physicality that Michigan has over them, just the pure size and strength. Has a lot of them. Really, they haven't hit a shot outside of the paint, I don't believe. They had a couple free throws and a lot of layups. So jump shooting trouble still continue for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, when the tallest guy in the court is 6'7" compared to 6'10", DJ Wilson looking at DJ Wilson or Mo Wagner as the tallest on Michigan, it's not a formidable size matchup that will be in your favor ever.
Michigan now in the bonus. Rockman will be shooting these free throws.
And looking back at Mar's season, or Abdur Rahman's season last year, he came in as a freshman, wasn't expected to do much, but then once Derek Walton went down with injuries, he really stepped into that primary point guard role and became a defensive stud throughout that season. So look for more growth from him this year.
Front end of the 1-and-1 was missed. Northern Michigan now has it. Right wing, Johnson. Johnson feeds into Zealous. Gets a screen from him. Now he feeds it back over to him. Skip pass to Nash. Deep 3 from Eccles. Rattles in and out. And good play by DJ Wilson to go up and get that rebound. Pushed now by Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson all the way to the hoop. He's blocked by Perez, but it looks like it's going to be a real jump ball.
Jump ball to Northern Michigan.
Jump ball will go to Northern. On the inbound, switch the possession back to Michigan. 11:19 to play, still 12-5.
Yeah, going back, last field goal still at 13:52. That fast break, beautiful reverse layup by Levert.
Eccles now brings it up along the right side. Passes to Perez. The clear offensive focal point of this Wildcat squad. And it looks like we have another illegal screen from Northern Michigan big men. And that's something they're going to have to work on at practice.
Yeah, it looks like that'll be number 2 on Alex Mustard. Let's see if Coach Saul and he does take him out.
Brazulis checks him. So big men in foul trouble for Northern Michigan early. That doesn't bode well for them, where they already lack in size. Albrecht brings it up, throws it over to Rockman. Rockman to Doyle. Doyle to the left side for DJ Wilson. Back over to Albrecht. Albrecht driving left side. Kicks out to Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson takes one dribble. Looks like he's going to pull up nothing. Swing pass over to Rockman in the corner. Yes! The first 3 of the day for the Wolverines comes at the hands of Muhammad Ali Abdur Rockman. Now Northern Michigan with the ball. Left side over to Johnson. Johnson back to Eccles. Eccles dribbling up top now. 18 to go on the shot clock. Gets a screen from Brazulis. Nothing doing. Over to Johnson. Johnson, one dribble. And we got a foul underneath. It looks like Doyle may have just been a little too physical with the Northern Michigan center there.
Yeah, going back to that, getting the first 3, I mean, open look there. had to drill it. Great. I mean, Northern Michigan Wildcats got a little too aggressive there. I believe that was Isaiah Johnson. He went after steal on DJ Wilson. DJ Wilson swung it over, open three from Mar, and he drilled it.
And now it looks like Doyle checks out as Karras checks in. And we have a real small ball lineup for the Wolverines. Duncan Robinson and DJ Wilson being the two tallest on the floor. Eccles now dribbles it up top. Gets a screen from Grazulis. Nothing happening. Good defense there by Albrecht. As Albrecht now matadors him in to the lane as a soft lefty lay-in goes in. 16-7 Michigan. Albrecht pushing the pace. Over to the top to Rockman. Rockman dribbling, spin move, floater, no. Tried to pass it off to DJ Wilson at the last second. Wilson was crashing for a rebound. That's a turnover for the Michigan Wolverines.
Again, another instant of not being on the same page there. Gave over, turnover, and is going to give these Wildcats another chance to get back in it.
And it's only 15-7, folks. It's still a ball game. Johnson now has on the right side. Quick hands by Robinson. Steal, and it looks like on the pass to DJ Wilson, Wilson took too many steps before putting the ball to the hardwood.
Yeah, that was a beautiful defensive play right there with Duncan Robbins. You know, Isaiah Johnson had the ball out just a little too far. Duncan Robbins swapped it away, and unfortunate that we had a travel right there because that could have ended in a Michigan Wolverine fast break.
Marcus Hall now checks in for the Wildcats. To the bench goes Isaiah Johnson. Perez will inbound the ball at half court. Safe inbound pass to Eccles. Back over to Perez on the right side. Gets a screen from Nash over to Hall. Hall one dribble pass to Nash. Nash dribbling into the lane, nothing. Back to Perez. Perez dribbling around with it. Feeds it inside to Grazulis. Grazulis, tough righty hook, doesn't even draw a rim. Rebound Wolverines. Kick over to wide open Spike Albrecht. Rattles in and out. Rebound tipped out to Eccles. Eccles pushing, no numbers, but he's still going. All the way to the rim. Soft lefty lay-in is good.
Beautiful layup there by Eccles over the reach of DJ Wilson.
15-9 with 9 minutes to play in the first half. Michigan leads by 6. Levert up top to Wilson. Wilson over to Duncan Robinson. They feed into Rockman. Rockman double teamed over to Wilson. Wilson finds an open Rockman in the corner. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Wilson, but they're saying the ball hit the back of the backboard. That'll be out of bounds. Northern Michigan's ball, and all of a sudden you can feel a little bit of momentum shift.
Yeah, for sure. And beautiful play there by Eccles, taking the ball into his own hands, getting into the paint, finishing on a beautiful layup. But DJ Wilson just flashed that athletic ability right there, going up and get that board.
Kenny Williams now checks into the game for the Wildcats. Nash dribbling up top to Eccles. Eccles one-on-one right now. Pass over to Hall. Hall back over to Nash. Nash goes inside. Kicks open, finds a wide open Perez in the corner. Back iron, no. Rebound corralled in by Duncan Robinson. Looks like Derek Walton checked into the game. He is now matched up. Duncan Robinson over to Karras on the left side. Karras dribbling back up top to Rockman. Rockman matched up with Perez. 14 on the shot clock. Rockman takes it right side, tries to go baseline, and he's called for a carry. Questionable carry call, but it's a turnover nonetheless. Still 15-9 now with 8:11 to play.
Yeah, Michigan turning the ball over is hurting them really bad right now as they have been unable to put points on the board and get away from these stingy Wildcats. They're just sticking around right now.
Dawkins and Donnell check in for DJ Wilson Rockman as Isaiah Johnson checks back in for the Wolverines. He's dribbling up top now by himself over to Eccles on the right wing. Screen now from Perez. A little bit of confusion, but the Wolverines work it out on the screen. Step back jumper from Perez. That's true, as they now only a 4-point lead for the Wolverines. Walton brings it up. Now the crowd's getting into it, urging these Wolverines for a basket. Walton goes baseline left side. Strong move. Foul called on the floor. Excuse me, that was Karras Levert who took it in. It looks like we got ourselves a media timeout. 7:36 to play here in the first half, and Michigan can't get any separation from the Wildcats. It's 15-11.
Yeah, Michigan, poorest shooting night so far. 6 of 16 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3 with the lone three-pointer coming from Abdur Rahman. this offense has not looked like Beeline's system in the past. See, they got a lot of new parts. See if they're all getting used to, especially Duncan Robinson, DJ Wilson, seeing a lot of time here. Hopefully they can get this offense going and pull away from the Wildcats. But credit the Wildcats; they've had a great game so far, especially on the other side of the on the defensive side of the floor here. You know, they've been stingy. They've forced the Michigan Wolverines into these bad turnovers. They've gotten on a fast break with that beautiful layup back there by Eccles. They played a great game so far, but they too haven't gotten into the haven't really produced on the offensive end either. Only going 5 of 14 so far and 1 of 4 from 3.
And right now, the Michigan Wolverines are honoring Dr. Thomas Fluent as Veteran of the Game. He served in the United States Navy for 28 years after graduating from the University of Medical School. Really impressive resume there for Dr. Fluent. And not only is he a Wolverine of our own, he's everyone's hero as an American veteran. We at WCBM would like to thank all the veterans for what they do. A happy belated Veterans Day for them. And we once again just want to thank them for all they do. What they do overseas is why I get to sit here in a nice air conditioning.
Very true, very true. Very privileged to have people out there in the Marine Corps, in the Navy, wherever it may be that they enlist into. They're out there protecting who we are as a nation.
And just words can't repay them for that. And Michigan coming out of this timeout now, they really got to get this offense going. The last bucket coming off that Rockman wide open three-pointer. And Michigan, even after that, Spike Albright had a wide open three-pointer that he missed. They just aren't finishing at the rim either. And that could be trouble for the Wolverines.
Overall, poor performance so far on that end of the floor. Let's see if Beeline comes out as media timeout, really rejuvenates his offense, maybe plug in a few new rotational players, see if anyone can show up and be that energy spark plug that this Michigan Wolverines offense needs right now.
Harris LeVert now shooting 1-1 for the Wolverines, trying to get them some desperately needed points here. On the floor for the Wolverines out of the timeout, Donnell, Dawkins, LeVert, Walton, and Duncan Robinson. Front end of the 1-1 is good. Give Karis LeVert 7 points on the day and give the Wolverines 16. Now the back end. It's true. Nothing but twine. Eccles now brings the ball up. Walton matched on him. Michigan playing man defense over to Hall. Hall swings over to the left side to Nash. Nash dribbles to the center over to Johnson. Johnson a long three. Gets nothing, and he'll hear the air ball chance from the student section.
Great perimeter defense there by the Michigan Wolverines. They came out looking really energized, sticking with their man, not letting anyone loose there.
Yeah, that was not a good look by any means. Walton now brings it up over into the right corner to Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson dribbles it up top, handoff to LeVert. LeVert over to Walton. Walton goes baseline, finds it open. Duncan Robinson at the top, the key for three. No. Rebound, putback slam by Aubrey Dawkins. And that is shot of energy through this crowd at Chrysler. And that could be what the Wolverines need to get going.
Aubrey Dawkins got up to the ceiling there and came back down with a thunderous putback slam, as you just said, Dalton. See if this rejuvenates this Chrysler Center now.
Eccles now tries to dribble, spin move, kicks over to Williams. Williams trying to just strength move it up, and he gets a foul. He's going to be shooting free throws. Chalk up the foul to Donnell.
I don't think that ankle was so tweaked there by Aubrey Dawkins anymore. Tweaked it, Lemoyne didn't look like it there.
No, like you said, he might have been top of the backboard on that one.
But as you hear the oohs and ahs from the crowds, they play the replay right there. Aubrey Dawkins flashed that athletic ability that Coach Beeline is so on the up and up about with him.
And the first free throw for Kenny Williams went back iron. Building houses with shots like that. Duncan Robinson comes out now. DJ Wilson in. Not a good run there for Robinson. And the second is the same shot, back iron. Looks like Chapman's back into the game. He came in for Donnell. Levert dribbling over to Walton. Walton to Chapman on the right side. He dribbles middle, back over to Walton on the right side. Tries to go baseline, crossover. And he gets called for a push-off. It looks like he definitely extended that forearm.
Yep, extended that forearm, got called for it. Not a good showing so far for D-Wald. He hasn't gotten on the board yet, 0 of 2 from the field. Hasn't exactly distributed well. He's had that one errant turnover, so see for a better night from him.
Not a good showing for the Wolverines thus far. Eccles now dribbles around, gets a screen from Williams. Walton gets back to him. And we got an illegal screen this time, not on a Northern Michigan big man, but on guard Terry Nash, the man out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Looks to be an overall problem here. Coach Saul needs to go back into this huddle and figure out what's going on, because that's, was it the 5th illegal screen called so far this game for the Wildcats?
At least. Got to get back to fundamentals if they want to hang in with the Wolverines. Walton now dribbling up, gives it to DJ Wilson at the top of the three-point line. DJ Wilson swings over to the left side to Chapman. Chapman to Levert. Levert wiggles his way into the lane for an easy righty lay-in. 21-11, and Michigan's extended this lead to 10 with 5:40 to play in the first half.
Yeah, absolute man move right there, Karis Levert, to get in the paint and finish with that nice left layup.
And a tip steal now for Walton. Walton with a tough lay-in wanted the foul.
Looks like Eccles nearly undercut him right there, so justified there for D-Wald to seem a little upset.
Great defensive anticipation, though, for Walton to get the tip. Eccles now gets a screen from Williams. Takes it in, finds Isaiah Johnson, who has a show-and-go move back out to Eccles for 3. Yes, that one, sweet string music for the Wildcats. It's 23-14 with 5 to play.
Yeah, as soon as Michigan looked to be pulling away, Wildcats respond with that beautiful 3 there.
Ball tipped out of Chapman's hands by Perez will remain Michigan's ball. 25 seconds to play on the shot clock. Burt will be inbounding. Safe inbounds pass to Walton. Walton over to Levert. Levert now getting a screen from DJ Wilson. Feeds it into Wilson now on the block. Working. Turnaround righty hook. Rattles and finally goes home. 2 points for the Wolverines and 2 for Wilson. 25-14.
Great fadeaway spin move off of the body there, Kenny Williams. Great right hook right there.
Now Eccles brings it up. He's really slowing this pace down. Screen from Kenny Williams. Nothing. Over to Perez. Perez dribbling between his legs, kicks it out to, it looks like Johnson. Now Eccles a really deep 3, and he's feeling it as it rattles home. 6 straight points for Eccles.
This team's getting hot right now. 2 back-to-back 3-point field goals for the Wildcats.
25-17, 4:15 to play. DJ Wilson has it up top. Finds Cam Chapman on a back cut as he gets an easy lefty lay-in. Caught Northern Michigan sleeping. Eccles will bring it up. Screen from Kenny Williams. The roll was there. He just wasn't looking for it. Isaiah Johnson now, 18-footer, back iron. Ball's tipped around, finally corralled in by Perez. Perez gets the rebound, muscles it back up, and it rolls in softly. 27-19. Wolverines lead. Walton dribbles around, gives it to Levert in the corner. Back to DJ Wilson up top to the right side for Chapman. And then a swing pass to Aubrey Dawkins, and he knocks down a three-pointer with a hand in his face. This leads up to 11 for the Wolverines with 3:20 to play in the first half.
Yeah, beautiful screen right there by Cam Chapman to find the open Aubrey Dawkins there. Beautiful swing 3 right there. Drilled it. Absolute splash.
Eccles dribbling around. Passes over to Johnson. To Hall in the corner. Back to Perez. Perez to Eccles. Eccles gets a screen from Kenny Williams. He's dribbling around. 3 on the shot clock. Tough shot. And he gets bailed out with a foul on Derek Walton Jr. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's Naba Eccles. And it looks like we have our final media timeout in the first half. 2:58 to play. Michigan leads by 11, but a pair of Wildcat free throws can get this one within 10.
A great showing so far coming out of that last media timeout. Both teams look to be on fire, energized, looking to put points on the board here as they went and traded buckets back and forth. Naba Eccles with a great showing there, drilled that three right in the face of Derek Walton, but only to be responded with an Aubrey Dawkins open three. As Michigan still on top, 30-19 here in Chrysler Center. Roughly under 3 minutes here to go. Michigan looks to be in the 1-1 bonus so far, and let's see if they can close it out looking strong.
Yeah, and the Panthers Wolverines, they really want to get out of this half and get into halftime to make their adjustments. Some statistical leaders for both teams. Jordan Perez leads the Wildcats with 7 points. Marcus Hall has 3 rebounds, and Naba Eccles only 1 assist. But that leads the Wildcats nonetheless. Karis LeVert for Michigan has 6, leading them in scoring. Cam Chapman's pulled down 4 rebounds, and Aubrey Dawkins with 2 assists. And Aubrey Dawkins really has the play that has energized this Michigan Wolverines offense with that tip-back slam. Kristaps Porzingis-like.
That was a beautiful slam. Yeah, add him to the compilation there that Porzingis has been getting.
And you can expect to see that Dawkins put back on any type of Chrysler hype tape that they'll show in the arena. So
yeah, Aubrey Dawkins perfect from the court so far. 3 of 3, one of 1 on his lone 3-pointer there. He's looked great so far. Really that spark plug that the Michigan offense needed right there.
Excuse me, they just updated the stats, so the leaders that I just gave you were in the past, but currently Naba Eccles now leads the Wildcats after those back-to-back 3-pointers, which has really kept them in it during this Michigan offensive run. He has 10. Marcus Hall with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. He leads them in both categories. Karis LeVert has 8. Cam Chapman still has 4. And DJ Wilson is tied with Aubrey Dawkins for 2 assists. As they come back on the floor, it looks like the same lineups for both teams, minus Kenny Williams for the Wildcats. It looks like we're going to see a maybe final 3-minute run out of Grzoulis. Free throws they are shooting. We're on a shooting foul, so we will get 2 of them. Eccles, the first free throw, falls. Make it a 10-point game. And the second one give Eccles his 12th point of the day, and it's a 9-point game now with 2:56 to play. Albrecht dribbles the ball up. Over to the right side, swings it back to the left to LeVert, back to Albrecht on the right side. And Cam Chapman again on a back cut. He lays it in. Count that, baby, and a foul. He's going to get 1 more for the Wolverines.
Yeah, caught the Wildcats sleeping again on that beautiful backdoor cut. And as you just said, finished it through the contact, and it'll be at the line.
Finish really over 2 Wildcats. Cannot complete the 3-point play, but still a good play nonetheless out of Cam Chapman. Looks like Wade Shetter is now in the game for the Wildcats. Hall now dribbling, working, pull-up free throw line jumper. It's good. 32-23, Michigan with 2:20 to play in the half. Albrecht over to LeVert. LeVert directing traffic. Downstream from DJ Wilson to Chapman. Chapman pulls up into the lane. Front iron on an elbow jumper. Eccles now pushing the base. Has no numbers, but still trying. Johnson gives it back to Eccles. Eccles over to Shetter. Shetter back to Eccles. Getting the play from Coach Saul. Eccles now dribbling around. Over to Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson over to Shetter. Shetter dribbling over to Eccles. He's almost at half court. 4-3 from the M. That's going to grab back iron, bounce high, and Shetter somehow comes up with the rebound. Maybe the shortest player on the court. Scrapped it away. And now Eccles has it up top. Bad feed inside to Grzoulis. And a bad feed to LeVert, but LeVert can get the DJ Wilson feed and lays it up, lays it in. 34-23 with about a minute to play in the first half. Hall along the left side over to Grzoulis. Grzoulis swings it back right to Shetter. Shetter looking up to Eccles, who's been the hot man thus far. Over to Johnson. Johnson dribbling, doesn't find anything. Baseline back to Eccles. 5 to go on the play clock. Brazulis with the screen. Tight defense. And a tripping call, it looks like, is called on
Aubrey Dawkins, I
Aubrey
believe, was called for that.
Dawkins.
Looked incidental, if anything. Refs clearly not blew a call, but bailed out Eccles there as the shooting clock was winding down. I believe it was under 2 seconds there, so he'll go to the line here.
Shooting 1-and-1. He hits the front end of it, so we'll get a second. And it looked like just a play of basketball, really. Stick around with us at the half. We'll have an exclusive interview with women's basketball player Madison Rostovsky following the halftime of this game. And the second one of the 1-and-1 does not go in. Albrecht now dribbles it up. He hands off to Levert. Levert dribbling behind his back, gets a screen from DJ Wilson. Little hesitation move, tries to get in the lane. Tough floater, no. And it's bouncing around, and it looks like Johnson will come down with it. 35 seconds to go here in the first half. Michigan leads 34-24. Eccles is going to slow this down, and about a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 10 to go on the shot clock. Brazulis screen. Eccles dribbling. Fake, nothing. Deep three from Shetter. Back iron, no. And an offensive rebound by Isaiah Johnson. Lays it up, lays it in. Cuts this to 8. Pushing the pace. Albrecht now to the lane. Gets bumped on his way up to the shot. He's going to shoot, too, with 1.9 seconds to play.
Now, Wildcats cut the lead into single digits and seem to be less than 2 minutes here as Johnson got that very easy offensive board there to put it back in there. It looked like DJ Wilson and Cam Chapman got caught up together, and the ball just landed right in Isaiah Johnson's hands there.
And despite the size advantage for the Wolverines, they are just getting out-rebounded offensively. First free throw from Albrecht is good. That'll push their lead to 9. But really, for a team this much bigger than another one, Northern Michigan's really outworking the Wolverines for offensive boards.
They are. It's 16 boards for the Michigan Wolverines. Sorry about that, Dalton. 16 boards for Michigan and 14, right behind them, 14 boards for the Wildcats. So, as you just noted, this size advantage is not showing up right now on the boards.
And a three-quarter court launch from Eccles will harmlessly go off the top of the backboard. And that'll conclude the first half. And Michigan goes into halftime leading by 10 to the Northern Michigan Wildcats, 36-26. What kind of adjustments do you expect John Beilein to make in the second half?
I want to see him making adjustments around Duncan Robinson. We haven't seen him in the offense so far. I definitely want to see coming out of the gates here for the second half that the Michigan Wolverines really see an ignition from this three-point line. They're only 2 of 8 so far. It's not a number you want to see right now if you're going into halftime.
And as we promised you, an exclusive interview with women's basketball starting forward, Madison Rostovsky. She has a family affair coming up this Sunday. She will be playing University of Detroit, the Titans. Former coaching staff of legendary ESPN announcer Dick Vitale. And Madison joins us now in the press box. How are you, Madison?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What are your thoughts on the game thus far?
I think the game's going pretty well. I like to see Michigan get a little tougher on the glass defensively. I thought they've been doing a really good job drawing fouls and getting to the basket.
Yeah, it's been disappointing first half on all fronts for the Wolverines. But let's talk this Sunday. The Wolverines travel 45 minutes down I-96 to Detroit. 94, excuse me. I-94 to Detroit to take on the Titans. And you got a couple of sisters that play on that team.
That's right. I have 2, a freshman and a junior.
All right. And you are the oldest of the 3 siblings.
That's right.
Now, let's get down to the real questions. Who's the better player?
Well, obviously, I'm going to say myself out of the 3 of us, but I think that Haley, she's a junior, and Lola's a freshman, each bring a different style to their game. So each of them have their own special qualities. Haley's a better rebounder, Lola's better in transition.
Very complimentary for someone who's going to be facing off against them.
Well, they're my sisters. I can't be mean to my family.
You can. Ask my younger brother; he'll tell you otherwise. Now, your game, you have a very crafty game. You can shoot the three, and that allows you to pull defenses up close, and you can get around them. What's your sister's game like? Like, how are you game planning against them?
Right. So both of them were former guards in high school. And Haley, I think, as she transitioned to college, became more of a 3-4 player, more of a forward. She's someone that loves defensive rebounding and offensive rebounding. She's really good at crashing. She has an outside shot. That's what she was known for in high school, and I think that carried over really well. But she's more of a defensive specialist. Lola's great in open court. Really quick first step to the basket. She's been working on her shot. I've been trying to tell her to keep working on it, but she's more to the basket type of player. And I think my game compared to theirs, I'm more catch and shoot kind of player. I'm probably a better passer than both of them. I think that I find my teammates just a little better than they do.
And obviously, being your family, you've played with them and against them, whether that be in the front yard or playing with them at high school. What's your favorite memory playing with your sisters?
So my senior year of high school, Haley and Lola were both on the team, and we got a chance to play together, start and everything. But my favorite memory was my senior year. We played in the state championship, and the three of us got to play. And even though we lost by a couple points, it was incredible. My family and friends were there. They were there, and it was the last time I wore, my Liggett uniform. But having them play with me was really special.
Yeah, it's an opportunity that not many people get to have.
Right.
And now you also get to face off against them at a collegiate level.
Yes.
Now, you've played one of your sisters before.
Yes, I played Haley the last 2 years, one being at Detroit and one being here at Chrysler.
Now, I'm sure the fans at home, they don't really care how the teams did. We all know Michigan won that. But how did you personally, stats-wise, match up against your sister?
So I think that the first year we played them, I think I had probably like 15 points and stuff. And it was a fun game, but there was one instance where I came down and I hit a three in Haley's face. She was guarding me. And this next possession, she came down to hit a three in my face. So that was pretty funny. And then last year when we were at Chrysler, Haley did fairly well here. I think she probably played better than me if you looked at the stats. But there was another moment where in open court, I got a steal, and it was one-on-one. And I'm running down, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, oh, my God, don't block me, don't block me, don't block me. And Haley knows my moves fairly well, so I went to the left. I spun. She read it. She got a tip on it. I still scored the layup. And forever it's on the highlight reels, and she gets so mad whenever she sees it.
Now, you have a game Sunday in Detroit, but you also have a home game tomorrow. You want to give us a little prediction for tomorrow's game?
So I think going into Binghamton, we have to make sure that we follow our scout and we really prepare for them because it's our first official game. And we get nervous going into, but everyone's really excited. I'm predicting that we go out there and we play really hard, we play really tough, and we do things the Michigan way as we preach every day in our culture here. So I can expect a really fun atmosphere to play in tomorrow, and I just, can't wait to get out there.
Good. Now also give us a prediction for Sunday in the Rostovsky Bowl.
So, I'm predicting a great atmosphere at Detroit. Not only is my hometown 20 minutes from there, but so is Kelsey. Kelsey's from Detroit, and Hallie's from Royal Oak. So I'm thinking that we're going to get a lot of people at the game. We say every day in practice, it's not about, the other team. It's about us. It's about what we wear in our jerseys. So I'm hoping that we go out there and we can pull out a win. I'm predicting a couple matchups between me and Haley and me and Lola. And I know my mother will be having a heart attack. So I'm just hoping by the end of the day, I can hold this game over them. So that's all I'm looking forward to.
Thank you for joining us today at the Michigan game. And you can catch the call tomorrow for the home game for the University of Michigan women's team. Brett Graham and Emily Herrard will be on that call for WCBN. And I will be on the call Sunday in Detroit. So if anyone wants to hear that game, you can tune in to the Golden Voice of Dalton Pataki. And once again, Madison, thank you for coming up.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Yep, good luck this weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you Sunday.
Yep, see you then. Thanks.
Yep, thanks, Madison. And that will conclude our halftime show. We'll leave the ambient mic on so that way the listeners can get a good feel of what's going on in Chrysler. But we'll come back with about probably a minute before the second half. So until then, go Blue.
And we're back from in the Chrysler Center here, WCBN FM Ann Arbor, bringing you the second half here of the Northern Michigan Wildcats take on the Michigan Wolverines. Adam Broadneck's here with me, Dalton Paltaki, who you heard earlier play, and joining me to my left is Cody McKay, who will be joining us for color tonight. Cody McKay, what do you expect to see tonight out of these coming out at the half? Either team.
Well, hopefully the Wolverines can continue their offensive streak going down here, making 8 of their last 10 field goals going into the first half. And I think the Wildcats really have to look at shutting down the Wolverines in the fast break. The Wolverines have been getting out in transition, and they've scored 10 fast break points, most of those coming late in the first half. So I think the Wildcats are going to have to look to shut that down.
Yeah, definitely great analysis right there. I'm personally looking for Wolverines really get hot in the shooting, and they just haven't looked good from behind the arc. What do you expect? Who do you expect to see here really lighten it up? I mean, Aubrey Dawkins had a great game so far. Who else do you expect to be the X factor here to put this game away?
Well, let's hope to see Walton get involved more on the offensive side of the ball, and I think that can come from some defense. Hopefully his defense can spur some offensive scoring here.
Yep, and the inbound pass here goes over to DeWalt, swings it over to Aubrey Dawkins, who brings it back up top to Donnell, throws it into Karis Levert, posted up on, seems to be a traveling call right there on Karis Levert there. Seemed to set his foot right there and then got called for the travel right there. Go over to the Wildcats ball here. And Eccles will take it up the court here.
Eccles really hurting the Wolverines late in the second half, leading all Wildcat scorers with 13.
Eccles dribbling, setting the offense up the M, brings it over to the left wing, out to Perez. Perez, dribble step, brings it back, switch on to Cam Chapman here. Cam Chapman with him. Jordan Perez pulls back up for him at the key and drills it there. Puts the first of the points on the board here, 36-28. 19 minutes to go here.
Really impressed by Jordan Perez. He really seems to, when he gets it in his mind to get his own shot, he has that ability. Cameron Chapman played some good D.
And Aubrey Dawkins found in the corner there, contested three-point jumper and drills it. Puts the Wolverines up 39 here coming out of the first half.
Picking right up where he left off.
And Jordan Perez brings the ball up, swings it out to Terry Nash, who holds the ball here at the top of the key. Swings it back up to the center. There, Jordan Perez takes the ball, takes a pick here by Kenny Williams. Swings it out. Pump fake here by called travel call. Looked to get his feet off the ground there before he put the dribble on the ground, going over to the Michigan Wolverines ball.
A lot of sloppy play here at Chrysler Center tonight. Already 19 turnovers combined by both teams. So
yeah, very sloppy game. You're correct. And Cam Chapman will check out here, and DJ Wilson will come in for him, the Michigan Wolverines. And Derek Walden brings up the court, swings it over to Aubrey Dawkins, and then kicks it back out to Karis Levert. DJ Wilson coming off a pick screen there by Donnell. Ball goes to Donnell. High pick by Donnell. Levert hands ball in his hands. Takes the dribbles coach on, playing a little solo ball. And Mark Donnell here, open shot, rattles in and out and goes in there for the Michigan Wolverines. Great look there by Mark Donnell.
Yeah, it's really like the two-man game between Donnell and Levert there. It seems like that might be a game plan of Beeline coming into the second half. He's really looking to get Levert on an island.
And Jordan Perez takes a long three there off the back iron, off the backboard. Rebound there, corralled by Aubrey Dawkins, who takes it back up the court. Open three for D-Walt. Misses it off the front rim, short. And the Wildcats will take it back up the court. Terry Nash with the rebound. And he brings gets into the paint. Stop, Jessup to Kenny Williams. Muscle man's his way up there. Ball goes in and out. Rebound. Got by Karis Levert, who brings it down the court on the fast break. Resets it back out.
By Kenny Williams, just couldn't get the finish.
Karis Levert here stuck in the middle. Finds a cutting Aubrey Dawkins there for a slam. Michigan up 43-28. 17:30 left in the second half here in Chrysler Center. There'll be a timeout here by Coach Saul. Wildcats need to reset their offense, get a little bit of a defensive mindset here as the Wolverines have started to run away.
Yeah, great core vision there by Levert as he found Dawkins cutting through the middle. Plays like that is what kind of puts him on the radar of National Player of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. High hopes here for Karis Levert. Came end of his junior year, rehabbing from that fractured foot he had a huge decision there to whether to go to NBA or come back for his senior year. Cody, what do you think of that decision for him to come back and finish his senior year here in Ann Arbor?
Well, I think all the Wolverines were very excited to hear that, and the faithful here is looking forward to a nice season here. Expectations are high as Wolverines return everybody except for one. So we'll see if they can live up to those expectations here as they take on Northern Michigan, and they'll jump into the play in Bahamas against UConn. So they'll definitely be tested early against Xavier and UConn.
Yep, that'll be a great couple matchups coming up. Definitely at the battle for Atlantis. They kick off against UConn. Very good team there. Then after that, I believe they would either take on Syracuse or Charlotte, it looks to be. So definitely an early season invitational for the Wolverines to really show if they've got this credibility behind them. Coming in preseason ranking by the Associated Press at 25, 26 by the coaches poll. What do you see right there? Is that an accurate representation of this squad?
Well, we'll see. I mean, really, they haven't proven anything. The only players on this team that have actually proved something are Levert, Spike Albrecht, and to an extent, Zach Irvin. I know John Beeline knows that this team has a long way to go as a team. He definitely stated that going into the year. He knows that just because this team is the same coming back, that they have a lot to prove, and I think they're looking to do that with their tough early season schedule.
Very true there, Cody. Very, very good observation there. And you're right. The Michigan Wolverines, looks to be by their name that they're sitting in the rankings right now. They didn't really prove anything last year, ending the season 16-16 off an injury-riddled season. So we'll definitely see if they can get some credible wins here throughout the season to build up their resume for the NCAA tourney.
Yeah, really in these sort of games, looking for the team to build some confidence. And as the offense begins to get going, I think you can see some confidence in players like Rockman and Aubrey Dawkins, who are going to be taking some larger roles here. We're able to do so due to some of the injuries that the team incurred last year. It really kind of helps spar the development of a lot of players like Dawkins and Rockman.
Yeah, exactly. Those two players not expected to do much coming in, then forced into these prime roles here. And inbound here by Isaiah Johnson over to Eccles. Eccles dribbling up to the M, swings it back out to Jordan Perez. Resets the offense here. Commanding, moving the ball, swing out to Eccles, who takes the ball. D-Wall on him. Eccles dribbling, hesitation. Doesn't take the pick by Kenny Williams. Drills in, outlet pass, wild, errant, and into the stands as Marcus Hall takes a tumble into the chairs there, and it'll go to Michigan ball.
Wolverines all game long have had great help side defense. The guards really haven't had any choices coming off of those screens. All the offense for the Wildcats has come, it seems like, from deep and behind the arc.
Yeah, they really seem to be lighting up from three. They've taken 10 3-point shots, only made 3 so far, but exactly that's what it seems like. And Derek Walton takes the inbound, brings it out to Karis Levert, who swings it to an open 3 by DJ Wilson. He drills it in the corner. Put DJ Wilson up on the board here for his second field goal of the night.
And it seems the shooting is contagious here. Aubrey Dawkins has kind of kickstarted a little run here from the Wolverines.
And a defensive stand here as Marcus Hall tries taking the paint, met by DJ Wilson and Mark Donnell, who both blocked the ball out of bounds. Currently Wildcats ball. And looks to be a substitution here, taking out Kenny Williams for the Wildcats and inserting number 2, Alex Mustard for the Northern Michigan Wildcats. Inbound, Wolverines made it tough, but they got it out to Terry Nash there, who swings it around to Jordan Perez at the key, who gets into the paint, puts the layup up, bumped by Mark Donnell, no call. And the Michigan Wolverines will take it back down the court. Karis Levert swings out to Aubrey Dawkins, open 3 off the back rim. Looked like it was going in from here, and corralled there by Eccles, who takes up the court, swings it out to an open Marcus Hall in the corner. Doesn't take the 3 there. Looks to be ball passed into Mustard there. Seeing Karis Levert knocked it out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat ball.
Additional great help side D there by Levert, almost getting the steal.
And inbound here by Eccles finds an open Marcus Hall, who airballs it off the jump shot as Aubrey Dawkins takes it down the court. Sees an open D-Wall in the corner, launches it from 3, miss, but looks to be a foul underneath the glass, or foul on Derek Walton, be shooting foul, and he'll get sent to the line for 3 here. And there'll be a timeout. Looks to be the first media timeout of the second half here. Michigan Wolverines update you with the score, 46-28. Last field goal for the Northern Michigan Wildcats from 1922, just 38 seconds into the half. The Wolverines stood up, haven't they, Cody?
They really have, and I think that and able to stop the break of the Wolverines. I think a lot of that has to do with the size. We talked about earlier how the size really hasn't contributed to the rebound battle, but I think we can see the results of that difference in the fast break points.
Yeah, coming out, the Michigan Wolverines are up 4 rebounds to 1 rebound there by the Northern Michigan Wildcats. So definitely right there, they seem to be taking advantage of that size, putting both DJ Wilson and Mark Donnell on the court at the same time.
Yeah, great sequence there from Wilson as well, following up a 3 from the corner with a nice block and almost forcing a steal as well.
So what do you see of this pairing right now? Mark Donnell and DJ Wilson both have that inside-out game there. Not exactly a post presence, but you don't typically see 2 big men sitting at the 4 and 5. You normally see John Beeline sticking a wing there. So what do you think of that? Possibly an adjustment so far, or?
Yeah, this is not typical of a John Beeline offense having 2 big men in there, but I like to see some size up front, more on the defensive end, especially when you have somebody like DJ Wilson who can still hit the 3. You have that offensive presence, but on the defensive end, you have someone you can stick in the middle and stop those drives from those guards, as we've seen with the help side defense of DJ Wilson and both people like Aubrey Dawkins and Karis LeVert, who are long guards in themselves. So I think in the future we might be able to even see some center play to DJ Wilson as well.
Yeah, great points there. Great points there. Looks to be the annual tuba showing on the court here. Get everybody in the Chrysler Center involved here. What a great night in Ann Arbor to tip off the Wolverines season opener here. Expectations for the season?
Yeah, I think everybody in here, along with the Associated Press, apparently has high expectations for this Wolverine team. Karis LeVert obviously did as well. Turning down the NBA. So I think he believes that him and his team have very good chances at Big Ten title and maybe more moving into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, high tourney aspirations seem to be the goal here. Possibly Sweet 16 berth, maybe Elite 8. This team has the tools to do it. When Zach Irving gets back on the floor, expect John Beeline to have a 3-headed monster there at the helm.
Yeah, really looking for Derek Walton to step up too, though. I mean, coming off an injury, he hasn't really had any continuation on the floor. So as he steps to the line here,
and he will miss the first free throw there. And go ahead, Cody.
Contribute through the rest of the season, hopefully.
Yep, and the first of 3 here goes in and out of the rim there. And second one up and rattles it in. Derek Walton getting his 3rd point in the game here. Not having a very good shooting night. 1 of 4. 0 of 2 from 3, but he's had a good overall game, though. Getting passes out there. Not exactly getting credited for the assist here, but he's the man of the offense. He's the engine that drives it. So, and he makes the 2nd free throw, and the Wildcats will take it back down the court as Eccles has the ball at the top of the key. A lot of movement here. Swings it out to Terry Nash at the top of the corner, who drives in, swings it back out, and looks to be another foul. I want to say an illegal screen again. Yep, illegal screen there by the Wildcats. That's by Terry Nash. That it will be his 4th foul, so he'll have to come out. And Coach Saul, right on cue, takes Terry Nash out and will bring Isaiah Johnson, plug him back into the lineup there.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a focus in the Wildcats' next practice and working on those moving screens. It's been a weak spot for them tonight.
Exactly. They've had 7 moving screens so far through this game and 14 overall team fouls. And the ball will go to Karis LeVert, who takes the ball out to the key. Derek Walton into the paint, sees it open, swings out to DJ, nearly goes out of bounds, but DJ corrals it. Takes Eccles into the paint, can't finish on the easy right hook there. Got surprised by all the open air he had.
Yeah, really looked too open for him.
As Eccles takes it up, swings it over to Jordan Perez, who launches a 3 and misses it. Ball goes out of bounds. It looks to go off of Isaiah Johnson, but the officials will call it on Karis LeVert, and it'll stay down here on the Wildcat side. And will inbound the ball here, as lots of movement here from the Wildcats, and having trouble sticking it in, and launches the pass out there, somehow gets to Marcus Hall, who sits at the M right now, dribbling the ball, gets it over to Eccles at the right wing, setting up the offense here as Eccles dribbling. Doesn't see much. Finds Jordan Perez in the corner. Jordan Perez hesitates. Throws it back out to Eccles. Eccles finds Marcus Hall, who finds Jordan Perez there. 5 seconds on the shot clock as Mike I mean, as Alex Mustard tries putting it in, gets the board for himself, resets the shot clock, and then gets bailed out by a shooting foul called on Mark Donnell. Mark Donnell looked to have his hands up. I don't know about that, Cody.
Yeah, Mark Donnell really looked to have the position down low, hands straight up, but the refs didn't agree.
Yep, and that'll be on Mark Donnell, who picks up his third foul of the night.
Just on cue, Ricky Doyle heading to the scorer's table to check in.
Yep, and the first free throw goes up, in and out, no good there for Alex Mustard.
Does seem like one of the focuses John Beeline at the half might have been shutting down Naba Eccles. He really hasn't been able to get anything going on the offensive end, and that is stunted the Wildcats' offense so far.
Exactly. Looks to be quite evident there as Derek Walton has really gotten in his face. And Alex Mustard puts up the second free throw and drills it. Aubrey Dawkins with the Karis LeVert with the inbound to Dewald, who takes up the court. Out to Karis LeVert, swings it over to Aubrey on the left wing. Out top to Doyle. DJ Wilson finds a cutting Aubrey Dawkins, who takes a quick shot there right on the block and gets fouled, and he'll go to the line there for two.
DJ Wilson really does look like he'll be a valuable piece that the Wolverines didn't have much of last year, as he was also out with injury. So contributing not only on the defensive end and shooting, but also now finding some open men in the lane.
And the first free throw will go up off the front and back rim. Not a great showing tonight from the free throw line for Aubrey Dawkins.
Yeah, Wolverines 8 for 12 so far.
And DJ Wilson will check out for Duncan Robinson. High hopes here for Duncan Robinson. Reportedly from John Beeline that he beat the three-point practice record of Nick Stauskas. And any Michigan Wolverine fans know how good Nick Stauskas is at drilling threes.
Oh, yeah. Many thought that record was here to stay, but apparently not. Duncan Robinson had other plans.
And Duncan Robinson gets caught on the pump fake by Isaiah Johnson, who comes in and pops the jumper and drills it. Finally gets on the board here after what seemed to be 4 or 5 minutes of no points here.
Yeah, Wolverines falling asleep on defense there, and Duncan Robinson got up in the air and had nobody there to help him.
Almost turned over there by Ricky Doyle. Errant pass. Karis LeVert takes the ball. High screen here. Takes the screen. Passes it over to Dewalt in the corner. Swings back to Karis. Resets. 8 seconds on the clock. Dribble. Hesitation move. Sees it. Pulls up for the three and drills it. Hesitation move. Goes around the defender. Sees an open shot in the crack. Puts the Wolverines on the board. 52-31.
An invaluable aspect to the Michigan offense that we didn't have last year, having the ability to create offense out of nothing.
Oh, hook shot there by Alex Tester. Looks to be kicked off the leg of Aubrey Dawkins stepped onto the court as he was passing it. Ball goes back to the Wildcats there. Not a good play right there. Turning the ball over after a great defensive stop by Ricky Doyle.
Yeah, another turnover there by the Wolverines, adding to their total, making it 9.
And Jordan Perez will take the inbound. Robinson on him. Jordan Perez making his way back to the center of the court. Over to Marcus Hall. Dribbles in, passes off to Eccles. Eccles takes the pick. Finds Marcus Hall for an open three. Off the back rim, misses it. Can't get the board. Ball off the hands of Derek Walton. 2 plays in the row going the Wolverines' way as a mistake there by Aubrey Dawkins, and then unable to crowd the rebound by Derek Walton. What an unfortunate series of events there.
Yeah, no lack of hustle there from the Wolverines. Just a series of some unfortunate bounces leading to the Wildcats receiving the ball.
And Eccles will inbound it to Jordan Perez. Jordan Perez drives to the rim, loses the handle, bumps into Ricky Doyle, and the ball goes off Ricky Doyle's hip and out of bounds, and the crowd is not hearing it tonight in the Chrysler Center.
Yeah, the crowd does not agree, but the ref stays confident with his call. Wildcats will inbound from underneath the basket.
3 great defensive plays by the Wolverines, not coming out with the possession there, and the ball be inbounded from Eccles to Marcus Hall, who swings it over back to Eccles. Eccles resetting the offense to Jordan Perez. Jab step, nothing. Into the paint to Alex Mustard. Swings it back out, back in. Tester mans his way in there and puts it in under the glass over the outstretched arms of Ricky Doyle.
Yeah, Mustard really not afraid of the length down low for the Wolverines. He's putting his head down and trying to get his own baskets.
And that'll be Mustard's first first field goal of the night there. And Karis LeVert in the corner takes the pick from DJ Wilson, gets the ball snatched out of his hands, but luckily goes out of bounds, stays on Wolverine side. And it'll be inbounded here by Karis LeVert, who will inbound it to Derek Walton up at the top of half court. Dribbles, swings it over to DJ Wilson, who passes back out to Karis LeVert at the top. Back to D-Walt. Mismatch here in the post to DJ Wilson against Isaiah John. Pulls back for the fadeaway jump shot, short. Should have taken him inside there as Eccles crowds the rebound and takes up the court for the Wildcats.
You'd like to see Wilson take advantage of that mismatch there in the post as versus taking a fadeaway.
And ball still in Eccles' hands. Gives it to Alex Mustard. Bad pass there. Somehow gets into Jordan Perez right under the net. Tries to find some room. Doesn't get it. Great defensive stop right there by Karis LeVert as Derek Walton takes it for the alley-oop. Connects with Aubrey Dawkins and slams it in.
Eric Dawkins strikes again as he's found on the fast break.
And Jordan Perez still on the ground here. Took a bad fall in the back trying to muzzle his way in there. But what an athletic display by Aubrey Dawkins, who first he had that huge putback slam and now connecting on the end of an alley-oop to slam it down to put the Michigan Wolverines to extend their lead 54-33 over the Wildcats. Roughly 11:40 to go in the second half. And what have you liked so far? Have your adjustments that need to happen yet?
Well, the Wildcats really haven't been able to control the Wolverines on that fast break, as we can see from that last play. And Aubrey Dawkins, it seems like coming in from last year, he really has staked his claim on the atmosphere above the rims here at Chrysler Center.
Yeah, great showing so far from the Wolverines in the second half. Coming out on fire. 5 of 13 from three-point, from beyond the arc. Improving their field goal percentage well above 50%. Coming out, just an overall great offensive showing here. John Beeline's made the correct adjustments here. Credit him and his staff there for what the Wolverines have done so far. I mean, it's really showed in them being able to extend the lead and run away here.
Yeah, more importantly, too, they've stepped on the defensive end. The Wildcats 2 of 12 on the last 12 shots. So I think that defense has kind of spurred some offense, as you can see, as the fast break is taken off here.
Still in the media timeout here. If you're just tuning in to WCBN FM Ann Arbor, Michigan Wolverines up on top, 54-33. The Michigan Wildcats going into the first half. Very close game there as the score came out to be, I believe it was really close, 26-36 there. Nearly cutting it to single digits right before the end of the half. And so far, good showing coming out of the gates here for the Wolverines.
Yeah, exactly what you're looking for. Coming into the second half, it seems adjustments have been made, and we'll see. Hopefully, Jordan Perez for the Wildcats is all right coming out of this timeout. He's kind of been able to lead the offense, but Eccles has been shut down by the Wolverines in the second half, which I think has made the Northern Michigan Wildcats not be able to score.
Yeah, they have. You're exactly right. They've been stifled, unable to really get ahead, really get control of this game. And coming out of timeout looks to be Wade Cheddar in for the Northern Michigan Wildcats for Jordan Perez. Let's hope he's all right. Still sitting on the bench here.
Jordan Perez not able to check in, but it does seem he's able to walk near the sideline and not having any ice or anything, so it looks like he's all right.
And Eccles will take the ball. Swings out to Isaiah Johnson. Dribble step in front of DJ, nothing. DJ Wilson switches back onto Marcus Hall. Wade Cheddar gets the ball. Nothing. Stifled by Spike Albrecht. Swings out to Eccles. Eccles gets into the paint, puts up a tough layup. Nothing. Aubrey Dawkins with the board and brings it back down. On the fast break, sees an open Spike. Touch pass to Karis. Open three, and he drills it. Great 1-2 pass there to get to find an open Karis LeVert for a three-point shot.
Yeah, of all people, don't know how the Wildcats could leave Karis wide open from behind the arc.
And the Wildcats take back up in the corner here with Isaiah Johnson. Swings back out to Eccles at the top of the key. Sees Marcus Hall open, responds with a three-pointer of his own. Not letting that Karis LeVert three make a dent in their lead.
Yeah, Wildcats continuing to only get contributions on the offensive end from behind the arc. Really struggling to get things going in the lane.
And Karis LeVert takes ball top key, swings over to Aubrey, who sees nothing. Back out to Spike Albrecht. Karis LeVert jab step in, finds it open. Spike Albrecht hesitates into the paint, met by Alex Mustard. Dribbles a couple times. backhand, behind the back pass as to Ricky Doyle, and Ricky Doyle puts up the jump shot and in and out. Unfortunate end of that beautiful pass here by Spike Albrecht as Eccles takes it up the court. Eccles swings into Alex Mustard, who puts up the jump shot. Short. Karis LeVert crowds the rebound. And Karis LeVert will take it up the court here. And takes a pick by DJ Wilson. Step back three off the rim. And it will go the other way here as Eccles brings it back up the court.
Yeah, a little bit of a heat check there from LeVert.
And Eccles swings it back to Isaiah Johnson. Drills a couple times. Sees Alex Mustard in the post. Gets it to him. Ricky Doyle on him. Brings it in. Shovels it through. Bad pass as Spike Auburn picks up. Karis LeVert on the breakaway. And he will slam it home there. Oh, takes a little tumble into the back of the rim there. Gets up. He's all right. Brings it back down the court. And inbound pass to Eccles.
Wolverines continue to dominate the fast break as LeVert adds to his total.
And Wade Shedder with the ball. Swings it to the corner to Isaiah Johnson into Alex Mustard in the post. Alex Mustard tries that spin move 2 or 3 times now on Ricky Doyle to get around him, but got called. Ricky Doyle got called there on the blocking foul.
Yeah, Mustard not afraid to attack the paint as he continues that move and hasn't had success, but continues to go to it.
And as Karis LeVert and Aubrey Dawkins check out, comes in Duncan Robinson and Abdul Rahman. And Wildcats ball still, fresh shot clock here, 30 seconds ago, 9:16 left in the half. And he will football pass that to the other side of the court as Wade Shedder will pick it up, bring it back onto their side of the ball, or court, as Eccles sets up the offense here. Calling for Wade Shedder, gets the ball to him. Over to Isaiah Johnson, Marcus Hall back to Eccles, who doesn't take the pick, gets into the paint. Crafty layup there, no good as Isaiah Johnson falls onto Ricky Doyle, who got the board. Foul there.
Yeah, hard-fought rebound there by Ricky Doyle. Hasn't really been able to contribute on the board so far yet, but you definitely like to see that out of him.
And the ball will go to the Wolverines as Abdur Rahman will inbound the pass here. Out goes Wade Shedder. In goes, I believe that is, can't see his number at the moment. We'll get it to you in a second. As Spike Albrecht brings the ball up the court, swings it over to Duncan Robinson, who gives it back to Spike Albrecht.
Doyle trying to get position in the post.
And Doyle gets his own rebound and puts it back in there. That size advantage really coming in handy as he was able to pick up that board there and put it in. As Isaiah Johnson brings in dribble move, unable to drain the jumper there. Out to number 21 for the Wildcats there as Eccles gets the ball. And he swings it out to Grazoulis, who gets stolen there by Spike Albrecht, takes it in for the layup, and puts it in on the nice, fancy reverse.
Yeah, nifty move there from Albrecht on the breakaway. And the fast break points continue to pile up for the Wolverines.
And Eccles will take it back up. Michigan leading 63-36 here, roughly under 8 minutes to go here. And Spike Albrecht gets his second steal, trips and falls, and goes out of bounds there as it'll go back to the Wildcats ball. And Cam Chapman here will check in for the Wolverines as Duncan Robinson checks out. And we will go into our second media timeout, it looks like. And Michigan Wolverines really pulling away here, aren't they, Cody?
Yeah, he really looked full energy, and I think the Chrysler Center can sense that as they're kind of appreciating it as they go to the timeout. Doyle on the offensive and defensive end really might not have the size advantage on Grazoulis, but he's certainly taking advantage of the 50-pound advantage he has. He really has the size on top of him.
Definitely got the grit down low, doesn't he? And basketball T-shirts for the Maize Rage being thrown out here in the Chrysler Center. Just to go over those stats here, we have Karis LeVert leading the way with 18 points on 7-12 shooting. Hot night for him. 4 rebounds, 5 assists to go with that. Right behind him is Aubrey Dawkins with 15 points, 6 of 7 from the field. Also extremely hot. And he's 2 of 3 with 6 boards. That beautiful alley-oop he connected on here in the second half, as well as that thunderous slam that he put in off the missed shot there.
Yeah, really, Dawkins and LeVert playing games you would exactly like them to see, although it is against the Northern Michigan squad. shooting a high percentage from the field and filling up all aspects of the stat sheet, also getting it done passing the ball.
And Northern Michigan's scoring drought has not scored for the past 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and they have 2 of their last 9 field goals here, as John Beeline made incredible defensive adjustments here, really stifling this Wildcat offense that Wolverines just simply weren't able to put them away at the end of the first half.
Yeah, turnover battle I think is key too. In the first half, both teams are pretty even. We're heading into the half, I believe both had 8. Northern Michigan has ballooned to 16 turnovers that the Wolverines have forced, while the Wolverines only had 9, which was a key last season, I believe, with the injuries. The Wolverines really took care of the ball, and that's something that is very common on a John Beeline coach team.
Yeah, and Spike Albright, I believe, averaged 3 assists per turnover, so he hardly turned the ball over. And another quick stat here, you talked about the turnovers, a huge margin here between the Wildcats and the Wolverines. Michigan has really capitalized off those turnovers, scoring 20 points to Northern Michigan's 6 points here on the fast break. And coming out of the media timeout here, Jordan Perez with the inbound to Terry Nash, who takes it at half court. Terry Nash hands it back off to Jordan Perez, who swings it out to Isaiah Johnson.
Yeah, Perez not limping at all either.
Yep, glad to see Perez back in the game here as Isaiah Johnson takes the ball off a pick. Feeds it into Kenny Williams, who we get to see back in action here. Muscles his way to against Ricky Doyle, sees nothing, passes it back out to Terry Nash, who launches the 3 and misses it off the back iron, but rebound by Northern Michigan. Out to Jordan Perez, swings it back out to Terry Nash with a fresh shot clock here. Tries to feed it inside to Kenny Williams, unable to get the pass, and it'll be a jump ball here. Official has to step in to separate Marr and Kenny Williams there.
Great play there by Rockman, helping on the weak side, able to almost take that pass right away from Kenny Williams.
And the ball will stay here on the Wildcats side. Terry Nash with the inbound. 4 seconds. Gets it to a cutting Jordan Perez, who puts it in on a sweet layup there. Ball back out to Derek Walton to Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, who will take it up the court.
Yeah, breakdown there by the Wolverines on that inbound pass. Don't like to see that.
And beautiful cut there by D-Wall. Got the ball stripped out of his hands. And off the hands of Derek Walton as the ball will go to the Wildcats here.
Yeah, really haven't liked what I've seen out of Walton today. He's going to have to step it up. He's not had his head in the game.
And Terry Nash will take the ball up for the Wildcats, who hands it off to Isaiah Johnson. Terry Nash dribbling. Over to Isaiah Johnson in the corner. Isaiah Johnson dribble moves, gets into the paint. Open, Kenny Williams takes a long 2. Nothing there. Rebound to newcomer Brett Brandstrom, who puts the ball back in there and is fouled on the play, and he will go to the line here.
Once again, rebounding, killing the Wolverines. Now getting out-rebounded by 3 by the Wildcats, even though they have the large height advantage.
Yeah, unable to capitalize on that size advantage there as Brandstrom puts in the and 1 free throw, and the ball will go out to Derek Walton, who takes it up the court here, swings it to Cam Chapman, jab step, sees nothing. Out to Rockman. Robinson coming off the screen, gets the ball, nothing. Swings back out to Derek Walton, who passes off to Ricky Doyle, sitting at the top of the 3-point. Can't find anybody. Gives it in the Marr, gets in the paint, puts up the sweet left soft layup there, puts it in as he gets on the board here.
Good things continue to happen for the Wolverines when they drive to the basket. One thing they should be looking to do is they move forward with 6 minutes left.
Yep, and Rockman there with the second field goal of the night for a total of 5 points so far. And ball goes into Kenny Williams, who is fouled there by Ricky Doyle. Looked to be a little over-aggressive there, Ricky Doyle trying to shield him off there.
Yeah, Wolverines haven't let too much on the inside, and I think the unit as a whole on the defensive end has been moving well, but offensive rebounds they've been giving up have been killing them. They're forcing themselves to work a little bit harder.
And Marcus Hall will come in here for Isaiah Johnson as Terry Nash dribble crossover, moves, shakes Ricky Doyle, gets into the paint, but gets the ball stripped from him. Ball will stay on the Wildcat side as the Chrysler Center cheers here as we'll see our first look at Moritz Wagner, the German big man, freshman, star of the Michigan Wolverines small recruiting class here, and he will see his first action tonight as Cam Chapman checks out, or Caristelberg checks out, and Jordan Perez puts up a three, long, no good. Rebounded Spike Albrecht. Takes down the court. Dribble drops up behind the back. Sees Duncan Robinson, pass it, fakes it. Tried to get fancy on that pass into Mo Wagner, missed, and turnover again by the Michigan Wolverines here.
Yeah, a good pump fake by Duncan Robinson, gone to no use. Looks like there he probably should have looked to score rather than finding Mo.
As Terry Nash takes it slowly up the court here, over to Brandstrom, out to Kenny Williams at the top. Swings it to Jordan Perez. Back out from Jordan Perez to Kenny Williams, trying to make a man move. Gets around Mo Wagner, but unable to finish. Called for the reach in there on the Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman rebound there. Foul again on another Wildcat big man. That'll be his third foul. 15th foul of the night for the Wildcats.
Great rebound there by Rahman. Really got in the mix of things, and not the tallest, but didn't jump the highest, but he worked the hardest.
As Spike Albrecht calls the play here, swings out the cam. And Mo Wagner over for the three, fakes it, doesn't take the shot, gets it back. Spike Albrecht gives it back to him, swings out to Duncan, called for the travel there. Unfortunate. Looked to be, he was still corralling the ball there and moving his feet, but got called for the travel there. Unfortunate for Mo Wagner. Little freshman chills there for him, as you could excuse him for that. I'm sure he'll get more comfortable as the year goes on. And Jordan Perez takes the ball, crossover, brings it in out to Terry Nash, who passes it back out to Brandstorm. Brandstorm into Kenny Williams, onto the slightly framed Mo Wagner, who gets called for the blocking foul there. Looks to put a small knee into him as the ball will stay down here on the Wildcat side.
Yeah, really going to need Moritz Wagner to get a little bit more comfortable in there. He'll need some valuable minutes to kind of sub out some of the big men in Michigan.
Yep, and Coach Saul knows continually giving the ball back to the 50-pound advantage that Kenny Williams has here over Moritz Wagner. As Jordan Perez takes a couple dribbles, hands it off to Terry Nash. Terry Nash caught in the air, tries passing it out off the leg there of Cam Chapman.
Yeah, the guards of the Wildcats continue to have nothing come off those screens. There really has been a clogged middle by the Wolverines. It's good to see.
Yep, and as my roommate tells me, never leave your feet if you're looking to pass. And that seems to be the problem here with the Wildcats, who have continued to be unable to find anybody after they leave their feet. As a floater goes up there by Marcus Hall, but unable to connect right there. And, you know, Michigan foul on Rockman, who seemed to be getting a little too aggressive there on the rebound. Didn't exactly see what was going on, but timeout here on the court.
Yeah, I think that foul actually might have been called on the Wildcats, so I think we're going to be heading down the other court. Rockman's hard work paid off.
Yeah, it looked like, from my vantage point, that Abdul Rahman was arguing with the officials over something. I thought it was the call, but good look right there for you, Cody, to see that the ball was on the rightful side of the Michigan Wolverines. And 3:55 left here in the game, 65-41. Michigan Wolverines, as seems that they will be coasting to the finish line for these last 3 minutes as people begin to wind out of the Chrysler Center.
Yeah, people heading out, believing the Wolverines will come ahead with the victory, up by 24, under 4 minutes to go. And all things considered, not the greatest performance by the Wolverines, but in the second half they did seem to get things together. And defensive end, I've been impressed with, especially with the help side deep. They haven't been helping themselves in the defensive glass, but the defensive help has been great to see.
Yeah, defensive help definitely been vital to this Michigan Wolverines defense, to shutting down the Wildcats offense, especially going back to your point with Novice Eccles, who was absolutely on fire in the first half. And then he was corralled by the Michigan defense with that great help defense coming over to really not give any open shots there.
Yeah, forcing the Wildcats to try and get it down low into their big men in the post, but really hasn't resulted in many points.
And If you're just tuning in here, 65-41, right under 4 minutes to go here. People are currently exiting the Chrysler Center as the Michigan Wolverines seem to be in a comfortable win, but not a dominant performance, huh, Cody?
Not at all. Not at all. I think we have some bright spots as Levert and Dawkins have really outshone themselves, combining for a 13 of 19 from the field. So a good shooting performance, but the rest of the team really could use some of that experience that they don't have. That's something moving forward that these early games do help. And I think as they get a little bit more minutes under their belt, that you're going to see better things.
Yep. Looks to be, as you said, not getting great contributions from the rest of the team here for the Wolverines, but defensively, they've really stood up. Offensively, just hasn't been there, and I believe experience will follow with that. As Spike Albrecht will take the ball up half court, met by Eccles on the press coverage here, as swings it out to Wagner, who dumps it off to Duncan Robinson, sees an open lane, puts it in, kicks it out to Rockman, who gets back into the paint, puts up a little jump shot there, unable to connect, corralled by a Wildcat, as Eccles will take it up the court. And Eccles swings it out to Terry Nash into an open Kenny Williams, unable to corral the rebound there. I mean, not the pass there, as Mo strips it from him and dishes out the Spike, who takes up the court here. Out to Rockman, who takes the pick by Wagner. Ball back out to Wagner. Sets another pick. Spike Albrecht with an open jump shot, around the key, and drills it.
Good vision there by Albrecht, elevating above the defense to the top of the key for his two.
And the ball go back down through Terry Nash, who swings it out to Marcus Hall. Marcus Hall dribbling, seeing nothing. Swings it back out to Eccles, who gives it to Terry Nash. Terry Nash met by Mars' defensive-minded self. As Marcus Hall puts up the errant jump shot, air ball there, rebound crowd by Wagner. And the ball will go back to Michigan Wolverines' way as Spike Albrecht looks to push the pace a little bit here as Mar gets into the paint, puts up the loose layup, corralled, rebound, tip back by Mo Wagner there, using that height advantage.
Yeah, very nice play by Mo Wagner. Established position early as the shot went up and was ready to tap it in.
And found a cutting Marcus Hall, unable to finish there, swings it, resets it to Jordan Perez, who gets it back out to Eccles. Eccles at half court here. Overly aggressive by Kenny Williams there, trying to show his weight against Mo Wagner. Gets called for the offensive foul, and it will go the Wolverines' way. And he will foul out of the game for his 5th foul.
Yeah, offensive struggle is continuing for the Wildcats here as they sub out the whole lineup. And under 2 minutes to go here. We'll see if the Wolverines can get the ball into the post and see if Mo Wagner or Cameron Chapman can get something going with their backs to the basket.
It looks like we'll see a fresh lineup here, as you said, from the Wildcats, as Kenton Mack checks in for them, as well as Brandstrom. We've got
it's like Larry Burnett the third is also checked in.
LB3, as Dalton noted. And Spike Albrecht puts up a contested left-handed layup, unable to convert there as the ball goes back towards Wildcats' way, out to Shetter. Over to Brandstrom, swings it into Grizulius. Oh, picked off there by Cam Chapman. Great awareness right there. He takes up the court. Pulls up for the jump shot. Unable to hit it. Poor decision there. Rebound taken by the Michigan Wolverines. And Spike Albrecht will reset the offense here.
Yeah, Wolverines really looking like the epitome of a John Beilein coach team on the defensive end. Lots of movement between the players and communication at its finest.
And blocking foul called on Grizulis there, as Mo Wagner faked his shot as the Chrysler Center gave up Oz. They seem to really be behind Mo here. Want to see a shot. Want to see him put up a shot. Want to see him get some points here.
Yeah, not only is the arena behind him, but I really think it looks like the bench and his teammates are looking for him to succeed. Every hard-working play he's made, they've really taken a liking to it.
And the first of the 1-and-1 here goes in for Spike Albrecht as the Michigan Wolverines crack into 70 here. And the second free throw underway. As Spike Albrecht puts it up. And off the right side of the rim there. Very unlike himself. As Mack takes up the floor. Swings it out to number 15 for Larry Burnett III. And out to Branson. Pressure here by Cam Chapman in the corner. Swings it back out to Burnett. Over to Wade Shetter. Wade Shetter jab steps in front of Mo Wagner. Nothing. Puts up the three. Banks it in. Somehow. No way he called bank there.
Yeah, it looks like he was as surprised as everybody else was in the arena that one fell.
And Spike Albrecht will take it back up. Swings it to Cam Chapman. Out to Mo. Open three. Puts it up. Oh, in and out. Unable to secure his first points of the game there. As over the back foul called here on Duncan Robinson. Go the Wildcats away.
Well, it looks like the Wolverines here are going to get their first win of the year in the opener and move to 11-0 in their career versus the Northern Michigan Wildcats. Last time they were here, 2009, when Manny Harris recorded the first triple-double for Michigan in 22 years at the time.
Yep, and as we wind out the clock here, the Michigan Wolverines will come out on top 70-44. They made the correct adjustments at the half, able to run away here as they secure their first win of the season opener for the Michigan Wolverines. Cody McKay, what did you see tonight? Your thoughts on the takeaway?
Well, I really think that Beeline should focus on the defensive performance that they had tonight, but should also have them make this as a learning experience, and that they're going to have to really attack the boards even against a shorter team in Northern Michigan. If they're going to give away so many rebounds against another team that's not like Northern Michigan that has more success on the offensive end, I think they're going to run into some trouble in the future.
Great points there, Cody. And that'll do it for WCBN FM on Arbor. Joining me tonight is Dalton Paul talking to my right, and to my left, Cody McKay. I am Adam Broadnax, and good night and go Blue.